Assalamu alaikum, I'm Abdul Haseeb, and today what concerns us is going from 0 to 1. It's exactly what it sounds like. We will be looking at this that 0 comes before 1 and 1 comes after 0. Going from 0 to 1 means going from nothing to something. That is the greatest possible leap. It's even greater than going from 1 to 10 or even from 1 to 100. It's greater than that. Going from 0 to 1 is like mesmerizing something right out of the dark void of the oblivion. Mesmerizing something into existence. That is going from 0 to 1. Afterwards. Well, that's true. That is the true essence of innovation. And since we're talking about innovation, we're talking about future. And we are also concerning about the challenge that future has set for us. So what is future? Future is a time which would come, but what is future? Future is a time which would come when things would appear a little different, or probably completely different than they appear right now, in this very minute, in this very second. Now, by this definition, the future might not come up, the next 100 years, if nothing changes. By this definition. But future might come knocking on the next second, the next minute, the next day, if a rapid change comes. And since we are talking about the changes and progress, we know that for certain future is going to come, right? But we're not even certain that would it be the future. When future would come, there are two things certain. Things won't be the same, things would appear different, and the future is going to emerge from today's world. That is the future. Now, since we're talking about changes and technically we're talking about progress, so we have two kinds of progress right now. There's a horizontal progress and there's a vertical progress. What is a horizontal progress? Horizontal progress, it focuses on copying something which has already been made. For example, you have a typewriter and you make 100 copies of it. That is horizontal progress. That is horizontal progress. But what actually means going from 0 to 1 is the vertical progress, because it's a wholly new task. Why is it difficult? It is difficult because it is something that has never been done before. That is the vertical progress. Now, for an era where the typewriter is a very good or elite class machine, if you come up with the MS Word processor, you have done a vertical progress. That's what you've done. And let's put it throughout, generally, globalization, what is it? Taking one thing and applying it elsewhere, right? Almost everywhere. Taking something out and applying it everywhere else. That is horizontal progress. But what is vertical progress? The difficult progress. That is technology. Not even technology, that's the technological breakthroughs. But technology, as a matter of fact, is not described just by computers. Any new way of doing things is known as technology. It can be labeled as technology. There's nothing wrong in it. So, the point here is that what progress you're making, right? There's this tendency, there's the simple urge, the simple tendency that we're coming to some sort of an end, to an end state, right? But we're not. We actually are not. If you look at the most bigger organizations, they're just lumbering around uselessly. And individuals, they're just wasting their time, while the most fragile, most small organizations, they're fostering. They're fostering because they are considering vertical progress as their main asset. New technology can be made. New technology can be made. That means new progress can be made. That means that you're going from 0 to 1. This is what it means. Bigger organizations, they actually take out the value. Even if their organization isn't that valuable, they have attempted to take out that much value, that sufficient value. They have attempted. And they have been successful. Why is that? The biggest thing right now as to earn something is competition between the organizations. Now, competition is, it varies from industry to industry, from organization to organization, from each genre. It varies. But the point here is that people, on one scale, people are having perfect monopolies and there's no competition because they have had a clear-cut win. A clear-cut win, vertical progress, they're done with it. They've gone either from 0 to 1,000 maybe. That is. But they knew that they went from 0 to 1 first. Because after 0, there is 1. This is where it comes back. Right now, monopolies, in a static world, monopolies aren't that good. They just sit back and they collect money. They aren't that good. But in a dynamic world, monopolies are good. They, give people choices, greater choices. And that's what's required. Now, for example, let's just say we have Google. We love to use it as a search engine because we know it's the best search engine right now. As a matter of fact, it is the best search engine. And the bad part is that Google knows it too. It's just fostering money, taking 25% of the revenue as profit. Google knows that it's the best search engine. But in future, or maybe the next second, if ever someone comes up with a better search engine, that has to be super fantastic, right? If it is beating Google, then that has to be a monopoly. So monopolies aren't something to scoff at. They are the future. Now, this is what we're aiming at, that we mustn't scoff at the monopolies. But it's all about secrets. Not real secrets, but secrets as in, now that might sound peculiar that it is secrets and it's not real secrets, but these are the secrets that the people have been avoiding. They aren't real secrets, they have been made into secrets. They're discoveries. Secrets as in discoveries, everything used to be unknown. Everything wasn't as obvious as it is right now. There were times that you didn't know that shoes were to be worn in the foot. It wasn't that obvious. Maybe people could have come up with it in the hands. A pair of hands and a pair of shoes, right? So it wasn't as obvious as we could say it. These are the secrets. Once again, there's a modern tendency that there are no hard questions left. There are probably the impossible questions that can never be answered. Or at this point in time, they can be called impossible. Probably in the future, they might transfer into the difficult ones. Or maybe the easier ones. Because right now, all the questions are easy, but answering the easy questions isn't satisfying. Not at all. That's why we don't answer them. And the world right now is very easy. But we are so into the things that we're not satisfied into answering those easy questions. That's why secrets have been built. That's the reasons I label them as secrets. It's all about discoveries. Even, the fundamentalists, they think this way. Environmentalism is a religion. It's also a religion. What they believe that we have to protect the universe, that's what they consider as the truth. Well, that is, and everything else is heterodoxy. Everything else is heterodoxy. And obviously, they also believe that there are questions that we can answer and there are mysteries that only God can solve. That is a fundamentalist point of view. that only God can solve. Obviously, we cannot be, questioning God and nature about what they have created. We certainly cannot. The point here is this, that we need to think big. Your vision is all it takes. Being a little weird is not out of the page, it is into the page. Being a little weird gives the ladder to the leader. Gives the ladder, gives the grand to the leader. Even if there's a delusional belief for the vision of the future. Slightly delusional. But that's what companies need. That's what startups need. Luck is just an excuse. Success out of luck is just an excuse. If we look at the resources, at the success stories, luck is just an excuse. So think big. It's all your vision. As they say that shoot for the moon, and even if you miss it, you'll be among the stars. It's a very easy task. But the question right now is that, is it difficult? Thank you.